And it's 5 years since I was told that Christina died. Yesterday is technically her death date because she died before midnight, but the 11th was when I found out, and it's very strange. Life is very strange. I was very young, I think, when it happened. I hadn't figured a lot of things out yet, and I feel like I've grown up a lot since then and learned a lot and taken a lot with me. And in July, next month will mark 7 years of her channel. No, not 7 years. She was on the platform for 7 years. It'll mark 12 years. And that means that September-ish, August, September, marks 12 years since I first found her. So, over a decade. And those years will continue to grow, thankfully. Even though she's not here anymore, which is strange. But this year has been very interesting and very difficult in many ways. And I think I get out of one bad situation and end up in another bad situation. Even if it's not like bad, it has like heavy negative feelings with it, you know? Does that make sense? And I feel like as soon as I figure something out and get it all together, life throws another problem, and then I have to like start over again. And it's exhausting, really. It gets really hard. And this year, I don't know what happened. Because, I mean, this happens to me all the time. I have like really, really good, like a really solid year, and then the next year, shit. 2019 was a great year. 2020, it was okay. 2021, we're only halfway through. It could look up. But some things happened at work in January that made me feel unvalued, and it kind of spiraled into everything's my fault, and I started to blame my personal life for work, even though it was the people at work who were causing the problem. And so then I got the reputation of being unprofessional, immature, not handling situations appropriately, leaving work all the time, which I wasn't. Like, there were just so many things going on, and I was trying to be honest about everybody else, and it really seems like everybody else was lying about me, which kind of sucks, because I valued the job, I liked the work, I wanted to help them out, but it didn't work out, and it somehow ultimately ended up being my fault, which logically I know it wasn't. But I've been feeling so like lonely and kind of undervalued and unheard and unwanted this year. So to have work fall apart, it threw me back into like the pit of stressing about finances, because I had expenses and no income, and I thankfully had savings, and I still do have a lot of my savings, but I still had to cut into it, and that it still feels like not good, you know, because I worked for that money for something specific, and then it hasn't been put towards that thing yet. It's hard. And then not going to work then kind of made me feel useless, because my parents were demanding money to help out, you know, buy groceries, pay the car bill, throw some money their way, whatever. And I didn't have it because I didn't want to get into my savings, and I always try to help people out, and when I have extra, I try to help people, and I try to give more when I have more, and that isn't appreciated. And then when I give them a little, when I only have a little, then that isn't appreciated. And then it's just like like nothing's ever good enough. And I don't even know if this is true, but it's the way that it's always come across. Like, I've made two of the biggest decisions that I think that you can make in life just this year, taking a life and bringing a life into this world. I've known that I've wanted this kid, and I guess I've known that I'd had to let him go as well, but I didn't think it would be that soon. Sorry, I've been crying over everything all day. I got a low tire pressure warning when I was out driving, and I just cried. I just sat in the car and cried because I couldn't figure out how to use the little gauge because I've never filled the tires before. It's not even that complicated, but I cried. I was listening to old Disney music, and there was a line in like a really old Selena Gomez song or something, and I was like, yep, and I cried. So this isn't new. This is emotional exhaustion. I've been feeling guilty for not wishing that things had gone differently. I don't regret it. I miss him. But he wasn't having a good time. And I feel guilty about having so much more freedom now. And being able to go places, being able to stay in hotels and not have to look for something that's pet friendly. And I don't know why I feel relieved in a way. Like it's nice not having to worry, because I was worrying. Oh, sorry. For like a year I was worrying because he was getting worse. But it's like, it's fine until I think about it. And as soon as I think about it, and as soon as I realize that he's not sitting right there, then this happens. And I don't even know what I'm feeling. Like, I can't breathe. I can't express what the feeling is. Like, it's not specifically sadness or grief or like, I don't know what it is. I just want to hold him, but then at the same time I don't. I'm just so afraid to do this, to be vulnerable in any way around anybody, because the moment you have a moment like this is the moment you're incapable. And I think in part that's why I try to make videos like this that are raw, not for attention or pity or like, I'm crying on camera, but just because this is real life. And I am a happy person and I love life and I'm so thankful to be alive, and I don't regret the decisions that I've made. And I want all of the bad just as much as I want the good, because the bad stuff, we need it to learn and to grow and to make the good things that much better. And there's never a moment when I don't want to like be alive, but there's so many moments where I wish it could just disappear because I feel like I already have. And I think that's normal. I think everybody feels invisible from time to time. And it's a weird mindset to get into, and it took a lot of work, and I know it maybe sounds weird to a lot of people, but I think loving yourself and finding comfort within yourself is really healthy. I don't think it's like a loner's decision. I think everybody should. And then it's like you're the cake and all your friends are the icing on top, you know, like you'll be fine without them, you're still the cake. It is hard, and I always document the happy things, and I always talk about how grateful I am for life and about how everything is so good, and it is, and I totally agree with all of that. But sometimes it's also like this. I'm sitting in a hotel room 4 hours away from home crying. The people in my immediate family are incredibly negative, whether they intend to be or not. And I think when I'm around them, I adapt to also perceiving things in a negative manner, even though that's not how I usually see things. I don't really know how to conclude a video like this. I feel like it's probably going to be a pain to edit, so I'm sorry, future me. This is life. Life is sobbing and smiling at the same time. And that's not a mental breakdown necessarily. It's not that you're at the end. It's just like I constantly feel like I'm on both ends of the scale, where I'm feeling a lot of depression and grief, and then on the other end, I'm really excited and really happy and really thankful to be alive. And I think these things do coexist, and I think a lot of people just don't let them. So here's me telling you that you're okay to be how you are, however you need to be, whenever. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to be okay all the time. Things can bother you, and you can be happy and sad at the same time. Bad things happen, but there are good things that come out of every bad situation for you and for pretty much everybody around you. Life is as beautiful as you make it, circumstantially. You know, the people who survived the tsunami, they found things to be grateful for. They found things to smile about, whether they found a belonging, a family member, they realized they themselves were alive. You know, even if they lost everything and it was just them standing, they were still thankful for something. Guaranteed. No matter what your circumstances are, no matter what life has thrown at you, what the universe has made, what other people have made of you or for you, your control, a lot of it is in your perspective. I believe. Try to focus on things that you're thankful for, things that make you happy, things that you're grateful for. It's a list of things that make me happy. And don't let anybody dull your light. I'm sleep deprived, my throat hurts. I really needed this getaway. It's been good. But yeah, overall, I mean, if anybody's like worried about me, like I'm fine. Just remember that you can choose your own path, and tell somebody that you love them, even if it's yourself, because I don't know, forever is not far if tomorrow's not coming. So just be thankful, live in the moment, be happy, or be sad. Just be. Let yourself be. However you need to be, just be. Yeah. Okay. Bye.